I asked every Survivor player that I could find on Instagram who was public a Survivor related question, and I got over 45 responses. You guys will not believe who else responded. Now, before we dive into the responses, we're gonna rewind a little bit to step one, which was sending the actual messages. Should I like this on my head? What's up guys, it's Sarah X. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be messaging as many Survivor players as I can without getting banned from Instagram and seeing who responds. I'm going to be asking them for advice on casting and maybe some other random ones. We'll see. It depends on the player. Now, a little bit of background. Your girl's a big Survivor fan. I've seen every season. I've played in Survivor Michigan at my college. I have surprisingly only applied once. This is my villains Survivor buff. If you've seen Survivor Michigan, you'll know. Should I just like chill like this for the rest of my video? Kind of feeling it. I've been thinking about how to approach this. I'm gonna alternate like season 41, season 1, season 40, season 2, and just go through like all the players. Low-key RIP to some of them. Not all of them are around anymore. Not all of them are on social media, but as many as I can find. I'll be shooting them a DM on Instagram. We're gonna try not to be spammy. Okay, so let's start with the past season, season 41. First person that comes to mind is Ricard. Ricard was definitely one of the villains. He had some sassy lines. He told Jeff not to say, "Come on in, guys," anymore. Clears search history before screen recording. He does! Look at him, 36.7k followers. How did I get it done? I simply don't. We love him. He has such a cute little family. Let's message. Hi Ricard. Huge Survivor fan, loved you on season 41. Should I tell them I'm making a YouTube video? Will that prompt more responses? Will that prompt less responses? I'm gonna tell them I'm making a YouTube video reaching out to Survivor players and seeing if they'll respond to my question. Is that like lame? Do I sound dumb? I was wondering if you had any casting advice for people who are looking to apply. Thanks. Send. First one done. And you see, I'm curious if more of the past season people will respond more because they're kind of outdated and don't get as many DMs anymore. Whereas like the current seasons might still be getting a lot of DMs. So we'll test that theory. Now let's do Shan. Shan, I for some reason do not think will respond. Because why do I feel like she's kind of like traumatized from this season for some reason? Oh, 118k. I think she's kind of big on TikTok. Okay, we're gonna ask Shan what her favorite memory of being on the show is. Send. Next, your girl made a list, by the way, because there's a lot to handle. Xander, our island boy, followed by, whoa, a lot of people I know follow him. I don't know if he's gonna respond either because I feel he gets a lot of like thirsty DMs and probably doesn't check a lot. We're gonna ask, how has his life changed post show? Oh, that's so, why is this so awkward? Okay, he's not gonna respond. Like I just know he's not gonna respond to that. That was a weird message. And I know that she was not like a big outdoorsy island person, so we're gonna ask her what the hardest part about living on the island was. She is some sass. Literally, her Instagram account is Queen Sydney. We love that for her. Just very interesting all around character. We're gonna ask her for some casting advice because I feel like she would have some opinions on that. Nasir was like actually one of my favorite players. His personality was infectious. His kid is so cute. Are you kidding me? Oh look, here's him and Sandra. He has a YouTube? King Nasir has a YouTube, guys. How many times he applied? Oh my god, did I change the name? Oh my god, this is so awkward. I sent Sydney the Ricard message. Can I retract that? Oh, I can't. Thank god. I need to be careful of that. Did I do that for anyone else? Oh, I did it for Nasir. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Her and Xander's rivalry was killing me. Should I ask her if her and Xander are friends now? No, that's kind of weird. I will ask her what her favorite season was beside her own. This is kind of fun, but I feel like nobody's gonna respond. Okay, we're gonna go on a sending montage now. I'm gonna ask her what her favorite food was because I feel like she was kind of a person around camp who kept them alive, you know? Evie was one of my faves. So cool. Oh, we're gonna ask Evie what her favorite challenge was. Remember when she solved that puzzle like super fast? I feel like she's like a challenge type of person. I don't know why this question's so funny. Probably not funny at all. I'm gonna ask her how many hours of sleep she got on average because I'm actually curious. I feel like some of them are definitely gonna leave me on red as well. How many messages before I get banned temporarily? All right, I've officially messaged everyone on season 41. I think it might take a while for them to even like see the message just because it's gonna go to their requests. And even like myself, I don't really look at my requests that often. Once in a blue moon, I'll remember it's there. We're gonna do season 40 next because it's all winners and I really am itching to message some of these people. I feel like this guy has a lot of wisdom. He was literally on Survivor Africa. That was one of the hardest seasons, like physically to survive, because they were out there with them wild animals and like, they remember when they provided them like a barrel of water because there was like no water around. Son, I think that's a very personalized question. She was like made of steel. I just feel like she was boss. I really like her. This girl has over 100k followers. So this is gonna be a tough one, tough pull. Tyson is just a Survivor classic. So much sass, and he has kids. He looks the same. I feel like Tyson, we gotta throw him like a who's like your best friend from the show question, you know? No, why do I feel like that's kind of creepy? My co-star just told me to dig deeper, so you know, I feel like that's something Jeff Probst would say in a challenge, like dig deeper. The universe is telling me I should continue this task. Yo, I already got a response. This gives me hope. One person responded so far and it hasn't even been an hour. Sandra, 2-time winner. Odds she responds.
Queen stays queen.
I'm sorry, I have to go out of order. I'm sending one to Coach right now because I just happened to see his account. And Coach is an icon. I'm such a nerd. This is kind of embarrassing. Y'all are seeing a different side of me right now. The fangirl side. It's fine. Should I call him Coach? Hi, Coach. I'm gonna call him Coach. Yo, I got another response. He just changed outfits so I could read the answers. First response I got was from Tiffany Seeley.
Now you can really do anything. Like, let's start with making your bed.
I had asked her what the hardest part about living on the island is, and she said the heat. I feel that. I think I'd be dying in the heat. I'm surprised it wasn't the hunger though, but that kind of makes sense because it is super hot and the heat like drains you. Okay, and then I asked Deshaun,
oh my god,
what his favorite food to eat on the island was. He says, hey Sarah, all of it was less than amazing, haha, but the coconut water was my favorite thing to consume. Coconut water. You know, the Trader Joe's coconut water that I've gotten, it's been pretty good. I guess that natural coconut water. Season 41 is pulling through. I feel like 40, you know, it's the winners. Maybe a little stuck up, you know. Heather, final 3. Didn't get any votes, but she got 3rd.
The role of telling everybody what to do.
She responded, oh, okay, this is like a follow-up question one. So I was like, what's the hardest part about living on the island? She goes, that's a broad question. Wow, I was on 3 islands actually. Each had its tough parts. Specifically, Joe with the mustache and the red cheeks. Oh, he has a wife. Wait, oh, he's married to Sierra. Did you guys know this? Sierra is another contestant. I did not know that they got married. Joe and Sierra, no way. Okay guys, we got another response. Responder number 4 was actually the first boot off season 41. Honestly, I love the first boots. I think they're so funny and iconic. Eric Abraham, first boot.
Abraham. That's 3 votes Abraham.
What's your favorite food to eat on the island? He said it would have to be Tim Tam chocolate treats when not in the game. I love how he provided that context. Like, I didn't even ask his favorite food out of the game, but in the game, coconut, LOL. Okay, so it seems like coconut is a popular contender amongst the contestants. I feel like for me, it'd be like rice or fruit. But Tim Tams are actually the best. I discovered them in Australia. I thought it was like only an Australia thing, but then I found out you could get them here. They're actually freaking amazing, especially if you do a Tim Tam slam, dip it in milk. Day 2 of messaging. This is kind of fun. Like every time I get a notification, I'm like, who responded this time? It's adding some spice to my life. So the next responder was Nasir.
This moment, I'm the happiest human being on the earth. I learned English watching Survivor.
I had asked him how many times he applied before being cast, and he said 5 5/6 times. That is a lot. This shows me that I need to be applying more because clearly it's hard to get on your first time, I feel like. So that is actually really good to know. Ron Clark from Edge of Extinction.
I could vote her out tonight by writing down her name. She's gone. I keep this vote for myself.
I asked him who his favorite Survivor player of all time is, and he responded Spencer. Spencer's a great answer, honestly. He was like one of those nerdy math guys who's actually kind of cool, very into Survivor, and he played quite a few times. And then Lauren O'Connell from Edge of Extinction, absolutely gorgeous.
I show up at a bar with my boyfriend and I see Ryan Reynolds. You shouldn't trust me anymore.
I asked her what her favorite season of Survivor is, besides the one she was on. And she responds, "Hi love, my favorite season is 16, Micronesia, smiley face, start to finish, it's just incredible." Like, so nice. How nice is that response? Micronesia is definitely one of the best seasons. Some of the most iconic players are on that one. Edge of Extinction continued to pull through. Eric Hafman responded.
They weren't huge, but they're edible.
I asked him what his favorite memory was being on the show. That's like one of my new favorite questions to ask because I feel like it gets longer / more personal answers. And he said, "My favorite memories are from Ponderosa with my castmates." Ponderosa is like after you've been eliminated, you go to Ponderosa and kind of chill with the other eliminated contestants. And we got to be ourselves, reflect, decompress, but it was an amazing experience all around and I met some great people. Adventure of a lifetime. One of the longer responses, so I appreciated that. Davey Rickenbacker. Oh my god, guys, his response. He said, "Okay, because you're pretty, I have to let you in on the secret. Players usually won't respond unless you follow them." Huh. But my favorite memory is me catching an octopus.
Freaking octopus! God, octopus! A freaking octopus!
Am I being hit on right now? I don't know how to respond, but I'm flattered. Do you think that's true? Should I be following the players? Or is that just him trying to get me to follow him? Because I have been getting responses, but would I be getting more if I followed them? Janet Carbon. I love how her Instagram is Janet Carbon Survivor page. It's like it kind of looks like a fan page, but then it's like she made it. It's kind of iconic.
It's an immunity idol, and I couldn't believe it.
What was the hardest part about living on the island? She said, "The cold and rain was the worst part of everything." Yeah, honestly, that sounds a little miserable. To not only not have to sleep on your bed, but it to be raining. I feel you, Janet. Godfather Carl 76.
Tribe spoken.
And he said his favorite memory was meeting the other players and becoming friends for life. Oh, that's so cute. Guys, this is why I want to play. Like, I want to meet friends and become friends for life. Is that too much to ask? I'm jealous. And then we have our first winner respond. Wenzel Holland, winner of Survivor Ghost Island.
If I use this and I use my idol.
He said, "Hey Sarah, sounds like a fun video." Oh, thanks, Wendell. My favorite player has always been Jeremy Collins. Jeremy, fellow winner. Joe Mina, I asked him what his favorite season of Survivor is. Probably should have specified like besides the one you were on, because this jokester said 35 with 4 emojis, and 35 was the one he was on.
If I had to dig a hole the length of 10 feet, I was gonna do it.
But honestly, I feel it's very on brand for his character, so we're gonna let that slide. Max Dawson, what did he send me? Whoa!
Hold up, bro.
He gave me a super long... Guys! So I asked him favorite memory. He said, "Hi Sarah, are you talking about memories from the island or from being on the show in general? If the former, I would have to say narrowly avoiding defeat and getting voted out, parentheses, in the Houses of the Holy Challenge in episode 4. If the latter, my favorite memory is reuniting with 17 of 18 of our cast members and scores of former players, friends, family members, and fans at our premiere party in LA." And he sent me a photo! That's so adorable. Honestly, best answer so far. Okay, David Vaught was a Voce. Even though he didn't make it far, I really remember him because I thought he was going far. Like, I remember him being very strategic. Like, I was like, this guy's gonna be a huge character. Then I was completely shocked when he was eliminated.
Voce. 2 votes, Voce.
I asked him for casting advice. He said, "Just be persistent but not annoying. Hard line to walk, haha. And remember, they don't care how well you'll do on Survivor. All they want are good storytellers." 100%. Everything that I look up that has to do with like casting for reality TV says it's literally all about the storytelling and are you able to tell a story based on any of your life experiences and make it interesting. And then high key, I'm gonna take some of Davy's advice and follow these people. Oh, Carolyn saw my message and didn't respond. Is it because I wasn't following her? Okay, it's not even daylight anymore, but I had to pop on here because I'm getting so many responses. I'm actually like freaking out. Natalie Anderson, the Natalie Anderson, she like liked one of my pictures. She didn't respond. I don't think she saw my message. And then JD followed me back. That was just like a pleasant surprise that I was not expecting. Elaine Stott, I had asked her what her favorite food on the island was. She gave me a long response, y'all.
These people have to realize that they have to make it to the end.
She said it depends on which you're talking about, lol. If you mean what was my fave like reward, it was by far the Applebee's best food I ever ate, but I think it's because we were starving, lol. If you mean like out of the few things we would eat from the island itself that we survived on, it would have to be the crabs we were able to catch and eat, but that's because I love seafood. If you mean something else, let me know. Hope it helps. Wow, so thorough. I feel like my questions are not good because they keep asking for clarifications. Mike Zahalski, I remember that face. There are some players that you just kind of forget, but he's one of those players where I just remember very clearly. Maybe it's like the glasses or something.
Every person that I've trusted has betrayed my trust.
He said so many great memories. I think coming from behind and winning the first challenge was one of the best. I mean, that is a good memory. When you're in the show, you're so invested, especially in that first challenge, like you do not want to lose. So coming back from that, I can see why that'd be a good memory. Jessica, now Mattis, at the time I think it was Jessica Johnson. She said, hey, thanks for reaching out. My favorite memory was when my initial tribe, the Healers.
I got the best tribe.
At the end of the day, made a fire and talked about our lives. It felt safe, like in that moment we could all just hang and not be worried about the game. It felt like a real true moment, smiley face. That's so sweet. Anna, favorite memory, laughing over a Thai eating the fish eye emoji.
He tries to teach all of us, and I absolutely love that about him.
Look at a pet.
And then Caleb trying it and he spit it out. We laughed for hours. We see a lot of the backstabbing and the voting and the gossip, but then sometimes we don't always see like the cute moments that the tribe had together, and I'm kind of getting more of that vibe from like their responses, and I really like that. Day 3. First off, JD, remember how he followed me? He actually responded. I asked him what his favorite memory was. Honestly, favorite memory is standing at the top of that island on the trek. Really made me feel like I was playing the game. I can't even describe it well. That was a good moment. They had like one person from each tribe go on this trek, but they got to bond with the other person, and then they had to make like a prisoner's dilemma choice. But it looked like an intense hike. He was another one of those players where I really thought he was gonna go further, and I was like rooting for him, but maybe he'll be able to come back later. Sierra, who's now married to Joe. Her name's Sierra Dawn Anglo now.
Tonight I'm gonna turn my back on my initial alliance.
What luxury item she missed the most on the island? She said, Haya, a toothbrush or blanket? That's a good answer. I feel like I would not be able to live without a toothbrush. I can't with the bad breath. We're gonna need some mints or something. Maybe some like mint leaves. But she's so friendly. Jeremiah Wood, he was on freaking Cagayan, one of the best seasons of Survivor of all time. It might be the best season of all time. It was actually on Netflix for a while. I don't know if it still is, but it's definitely one of my favorite seasons.
I'm a country boy. You see what you get, you know.
And I asked him who his favorite Survivor player of all time is. He said, hey, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Ys and 2 exclamation points. Oh, my favorite has to be me. I love that for him. He said, really don't have a favorite, to be honest. There's been some really good players that won and a lot that didn't win. I tried my butt off to win, but didn't happen. Really glad I had the opportunity to try my best and not just been happy to make the show. Also a very friendly answer. The next one, major Survivor staple, Survivor legend, Troyzen.
I'm Troyzen.
I remember him being a pretty big character.
This is my island.
I asked him, best friend from the show. He said, hey there, Sarah. Thanks for reaching out. Always great connecting with Survivor fans. Aww. From my seasons, I'm still good friends with Brad and Monica Culpepper. Oh, I'm glad they're still together. Tarzan, Jonas, Sandra, Ty, and Sarah. I still talk to everyone though. Have a great day. Troyzen, 3 palm trees. That was the most endearing response. This next person, my friends and I had so many jokes about because he said so many funny things. Philip Shepard, aka like CIA agent, head of the Stealth R Us Alliance.
Stealth. are, guys.
In 2 seasons. Wondering what your favorite memory from being on the show is? He liked my message. Then he said, there's not one memory which stands out more than others. I enjoyed lasting 39 days and to be the oldest African American in 41 seasons to do so. I didn't even realize that. That is a good stat. I enjoyed playing the second time and the finale episode, season 26, Fans vs. FAVE, when Jeff Probst requested a name and a membership into Stealth R Us. I gave him the name the Piercing Eagle. I also enjoyed my confessionals from both seasons and my Ponderosa interviews from season 26, The Specialist. Wow, he really gave everything that I was hoping he would give. Next up, we have Carter Williams from Survivor Philippines.
120.
180.
200.
I asked him who his favorite Survivor player of all time is. Hey, I was just hanging out with Ozzy the last few days. What a flex. He's probably my closest friend, ... So I guess that would make him my favorite player too. Great guy. Wow, I didn't know he was good friends with Ozzy. Were they even on the same season? Ronnie was from Island of the Idols.
Ronnie. That's 5 votes, Ronnie.
He was the professional poker player. What luxury item he missed most? He said, I miss going to the spa. Can that be considered a luxury item? Dang, he bougie. Like, who goes to the spa that often? Maybe I'm just not bougie. Edna, her full name is Edna Ma, which low-key sounds like Edna Mode from like The Incredibles, which I think is incredible. She's played with some major icons like Coach, Ozzy, Sophia Clark, Brandon Hance.
I'm not out here to go clubbing, so I'm not gonna dress like I'm gonna go clubbing.
I asked her what luxury item she missed most. She said, thank you, that's so kind of you to reach out. And we were not given luxury items on our season, but if I had to say, I missed my dental floss. I'm OCD about flossing my teeth, especially after that pork challenge. Ooh. Ew, did they do the piranha challenge in that season? That was really rough to have pork in your teeth for several weeks after the challenge. Okay, and then Nina Acosta.
I don't know how this happened.
Favorite memory, she said definitely the friendships I made after the show, which I feel like is a trend here. Leaf Manson. I asked Leaf how many times he applied.
People underestimate me.
Leaf, the smallest guy out there, but working the hardest.
He said, hey Sarah, first I applied for Amazing Race, then Survivor. Oh, interesting. That was how things got rolling for Survivor. It was a big interview process. All right, coming at you with bad lighting for my 3rd nightly update since we last spoke. Sabrina Thompson Mitchell, she's kind of a big deal.
Tarzan was over there, his crusty ass, talking about, it's just luck.
I asked her casting advice, and she said, my advice, tell vivid stories about yourself in the most concise and detailed manner possible. Talk in sound bites. Be interesting directly out the gate. Starting off with, hi, my name is blank is not good. Just go directly into a short story about yourself. Be yourself and have fun with the video. That was high-key very good advice. Like, you need to be an interesting person or at least know how to spin everything into an interesting story. Oh, and then Julie Rosenberg.
I live in New York City. I have no outdoor survivor skills whatsoever.
I said, wondering who your favorite Survivor player of all time is. She said, that's a good question. I have to think. Do I have to pick just one? I said, nope, you can pick multiple. She said, okay, and has not responded yet. So she must be really thinking, because that was like an hour ago. Jamie Dugan Huffman. So she actually married someone from her season.
Jeff, I have a question for you.
Wondering what the most challenging part about living on the island was for her.
It might be immunity.
She was like, awesome. She hearted my message. These girls that have been responding are literally the nicest people. She said definitely not having any food, which I think that would actually be mine as well, because I get real hangry and I get like weak. So I don't know how I would compete in those challenges. Todd! Guys, he won Survivor China.
I will do whatever I need to do to win that $1 million.
And I asked him what his favorite memory was. He said Jeff saying welcome to Survivor China. It probably feels so surreal until you see Jeff and then he's like, you're here. You will not believe this. Purple Kelly. The Kelly who had us coin the term Purple Kelly, like the purple edit.
I just don't know like physically how much longer I can put up with it.
Because she got 0 screen time because she quit when she was in 8th place.
I'm gonna quit.
And I think Jeff was like pissed off, so like her edit was really bad. But she responded to me and she was like, OMG, I love this question. I asked her like, what luxury item she missed the most. She was like, let me think. Instantly I think of like 20 things, so I need to narrow it down. Laughy place. Day 4, David Sampson.
In the real world, I may hire you.
I asked him for casting advice. He said, hi, be yourself. Very basic advice. We have another first boot. Jess was on Survivor Fiji. I asked her what luxury item she missed most. She was like, hi Sarah, I love that you're doing a YouTube video. I do makeovers on YouTube and it's my favorite platform. Go check her out, y'all. I missed my face cream. Your skin gets beat up with the salt water and constant sun. But after only a few days, I was comfy at the Ponderosa camp for castaways who got voted off. Heart. Happy memories. Randy! He was in Gabon and Heroes versus Villains. But he's just one of those characters who's very memorable to me.
I'm not the most positive person in the world. I'm not a big fan of marriage. I will never get married myself. I'm almost sure of it.
I asked him who his best friend from the show is. From Gabon, Corinne. Oh, fellow villain. From Heroes vs. Villains, Coach and Suri. All the C names. Coach and Suri, what a combo. And then I had asked Albert like what his favorite challenge to compete in was. He's like, hey Sarah, how can I help? Would you like a video response? Which like a video response would be dope. So I was like, yeah, video response would actually be amazing, or just written response too. He saw it and just didn't respond. Maybe he didn't see my question. Billy Garcia. This one's funny. He was in Cook Islands. I just always remember like the scene where he thought Candace was saying like I love you to him.
We love you.
I love you.
And it was just this really funny mix-up. And he didn't actually respond to my question, but he followed me and liked my prompt. So Billy, you know, the king of misunderstanding.
I fell in love in this game. Love at first sight.
Purple Kelly got back to me after thinking about the luxury item. She was like, things I truly to God could have used include SPF chapstick, my lips are blistered, and a warm blanket. However, if I could take one non-survival related item, it would be a chessboard or my Sony camera. All caps, I love chess and I love memories, but for Survivor, I'd probably pick to have a chessboard. She is so much more animated than, you know, she was portrayed to be on the show, and she's also very sweet, and I love that she's into chess. Brian Corridon responded. Brian was on Survivor Guatemala. Like, this is old school Survivor.
I think they probably thought that they couldn't trust me, which is fine. I'm really glad that they're playing a good game.
Said, hey Sarah, great project. My favorite memory was when I won. Parentheses, I've opted for revisionist history. That's funny. And then a whole long parentheses. Okay, actually I have about 1,000 favorite memories, but I'll share one I haven't before. He's out here giving me exclusive content. At Guatemala's Double Travel Council, Margaret's boat out was taking so long that Yaja was stuck waiting in a van in the jungle until things finally wrapped up. The contestant handler in there with us played Jack Johnson songs while we were waiting and told us not to tell anyone or else he'd be fired. It was the first time we'd heard music in 2 weeks. Well, I hope that contestant handler doesn't get fired from this, / is not on the show anymore. That's a really good memory though. I love the behind the scenes stuff that you don't really get to see. And then you guys will not believe who else responded this morning. Jeff Varner, 3-time Survivor player. I asked him favorite memory. He said, I have many. Most revolve around Survivor 2, aka Australia, when there were only 32 of us in total. We did cool stuff. We got really awesome perks and gifts. It was amazing to be part of this brand when it was young and exciting and new. I wonder what it was like to be an OG Survivor player. Like, you kind of helped shape the show to where it was today. And it's like, yeah, there were only 2 seasons of players, whereas now there's 41 seasons of players. So it must have been cool. T-Bird responded. T-Bird's also a major old school Survivor.
That lady singing?
I also asked favorite memory. She said, good morning, Sarah, like a moon emoji. Oh my gosh, she's so nice. Thanks for reaching out to me. Quite a few highlights for me. Africa highlighted the AIDS epidemic. My brother Steve, passed away from AIDS in 1989, so a cause very close to my heart. Also, I won the first individual immunity challenge, When It Rains It Pours, and was the last remaining member on my tribe. I know, Sarah, I named too many face slap. It was truly a life-changing experience. I have a super awesome weekend. Oh my god, she's so nice. She also watched my stories. Lindsay Richter. I asked favorite memory from being on the show. She gave me a long one. She said, hi Sarah, thanks for reaching out. For sure I'll respond. I loved the challenges because as an athlete, that was the primary reason I went on the show. I also loved experiencing Kenya, Africa in that way. Sleeping outside amongst the animals and hearing them at night. That's kind of scary. The stars in the southern hemisphere are insane, and because it was so dark where we were, we could really enjoy the crazy night sky. Oh, that's so cool. I was young and immature, so I don't have the best memories of my behavior.
Oh my god, they picked me, those bastards.
But the experience in itself was pretty cool. Oh, I bet it was so cool to be on the seasons where they would actually have like a destination besides Fiji or wherever it is now. There was more like a tie to the culture and the actual geographical landscape that defined the season, which I miss. Rob! I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Rob Z. Backnick.
We definitely got all the hot chicks.
Favorite memory, he said sleeping on the beach by the fire with no light pollution. Again, no light pollution. Listening to the waves, ... I still have dreams about it. Katie Elizabeth Gallagher.
And I have never wavered on that strategy. Ever.
I asked favorite season of all time. She said, hi Sarah, besides my own laughy face, Africa. Africa's getting a lot of love right now. Libby from Survivor 36, Ghost Island.
Libby is out for blood.
I asked favorite memory. She said, hi Sarah, so cool. I'll get back to you on that one because I have a few. Love that you're a huge Survivor fan. It really is the best show. I asked favorite memory. She said, hey, yes, thank you. My favorite memory was when they told me in LA that I get to go to Vanuatu and be on season 9. Then also that first night with the women on the island. Brooke, I asked favorite memory. He said, there was never one moment that stood out. ... I was a huge fan, so being selected and landing on the island in Vanuatu was so surreal. What an adventure. I mean, yeah, just getting picked would be insane. I asked Dawn her favorite challenge and she said shoulder the load in season 23 with a heart. I do remember her crushing that.
Dawn. Both tribes.
Michael Bortone? Favorite memory from being on the show?
I've been watching Survivor since the beginning.
I'm hoping a lot will respond to you. Aww. Favorite memories were playing in the challenges. Giant jungle gym games to compete in was the best. 2 nights of straight rain with no shelter was by far the worst, but getting through it was very satisfying to dig deep at my co-star and fight through the elements. Take care. Reem. I asked Reem favorite part about being on the show.
They're idiots. I am so strong.
She says, hello. The boat rides are terrible, so certainly not that. I guess as a super fan, I was just really happy to have the opportunity to play. Well, on the edge of extinction, I was so upset that I was missing out on everything, but I still had an opportunity. So I guess my favorite part of being on the show was knowing I still had a chance and being able to be part of the jury. Voice text, I hope that made sense. Thanks for reaching out. Sydney Wheeler.
I think people have their first impressions of me, and I always try to prove that wrong.
What luxury item she missed the most while on the island? She says, hi, luxury item. Maybe a soft mattress. When I got home from Survivor, I made it a point to up my bed comfort game. Don't ever skimp on a good mattress, linens, and pillows surrounding your whole body with like 4 emojis. Oh. Girl, I feel that. It's all about the comfy bed. Alex Angarita, I asked about favorite memory. He says, hi there, thanks so much. My favorite Survivor memory was eating for the first time after switching to Ravu. I went from winning to losing badly, and it was nice to feel like a winner again. Survivor provides the opportunity for endless introspection. Totally grateful for it. Oh, what a thoughtful answer. And he's still looking real young. Good for him. Wu Huang.
It's my ninja stealth mode.
I was wondering who your best friend from the show is. He says, Jeff Probst. I can't tell if that is a joke or not. And then he was like, smash that follow button, which I feel. Smash that subscribe button. And thanks for the support. Missy Bird said her favorite luxury item that she missed was books.
I want to be the SOUL survivor.
Michaela Wingle said favorite memory was tribal council. Jeff is amazing. Jeff is getting a lot of love in these.
We gotta get down and dirty. Like, this is the game you can't be a little princess in.
Christina Coria, I asked best friend from the show. She said, hi, thank you for being a fan. I would say Rachel Acco, and I have been good friends along with Billy. Billy Garcia? No way! We love that for them. Tanya Vance, I asked favorite memory. She said, hi, thanks for reaching out. My favorite memory was sitting around the cave, watching the monkeys up in the trees while Brian played guitar and just building friendships. I love that so much. That is all the responses that I got. Hope you guys thought this was entertaining. I had a great time filming that. If you haven't watched Survivor, you really should. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I will see y'all in the next video.